Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Metra AV Tech Tips Solutions. I'm your host, Adam Rogers, and today I actually have a really special thing that I want to talk about because last Wednesday we talked specifically about the differences between an NVR and a DVR. Now, one thing that we talked about was what's known as a hybrid unit, which is kind of the mix between the two of them. It's an NVR and a DVR combined in one unit. So what I wanted to show you today is one of those units. This here, what I have here in front of me, is the SPYP-XVR4. This is the 4-channel XVR unit. That's actually a hybrid. This can have up to 4 analog cameras plugged directly into it, as well as it can have an additional up to 7 network cameras as well, so 7 IP cameras on top of that. It actually works kind of funny because you have to use less analog cameras to gain more of that. So if you use 4 analog cameras, you can have 4 IP cameras. And if you use 2 analog cameras, you can have up to 7 IP cameras. So 2 analog, 7 IP cameras. So it's kind of funny how that plays out. But I want to show you this unit here. All right, so here on the front of the unit, it's pretty straightforward. There's not a whole lot going on. You've got your hard drive LED, your network LED, and your power LED here on the side. It's a little hard to see in that light there. Below that, we have a USB. Now, the nice thing about this USB is that it's meant for both the mouse as well as you can also use it for storage. So if you have a thumb drive that you want to take a backup of the recording, you can actually plug that thumb drive in there. On the back of the unit, you can see here we have the 4 analog inputs. These, of course, are the B and C connections. This can accept up to an 8 megapixel analog camera. So keep that in mind. These can be upgraded to use higher resolution cameras than what you might see in a different system. Also, the IP cameras can also be up to 8 megapixel on this system as well. This does have an audio output. This would be if the cameras themselves had microphone inputs on them. That's for both the analog and for the IP cameras. We have a VGA output as well as an HDMI output. That is a mirrored output, so it's not showing 2 separate things. It is showing the same thing on that. We have our audio ins. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We have our network input here. Below that, we have the 2 USB ports on the back. So again, these can be used for either a mouse or a USB storage. So you can plug in a USB thumb drive. Next to that, we have the RS485 connection below that. And then next to that, we have our DC 12-volt power input on this. So this unit here, it's pretty straightforward. It also comes in multiple different hard drive sizes. You can buy it by itself without a hard drive installed in it. One of our most popular ones is with a 1 terabyte hard drive. So you can order it that way as well. You can reach out to your sales rep and or distributor to find out information on that as well. It does support ONVIF version 2.8. So again, like I said, this can accept the IP cameras as well as the analog cameras. And of course, the nice thing about this is that it also will connect to our Spyclops PRO app. So you'll actually be able to see the cameras through the Spyclops PRO app as well. And so if you have that downloaded to your cell phone, you can actually view the cameras that way as well. And this is a really handy item if, again, like we talked about on Wednesday, if you have a system that is already analog, but you want to add additional cameras to it, you can still use the analog cameras that you have existing and either upgrade the cameras and leave the existing wiring. And on top of that, you can now add additional IP cameras to expand that system with a unit like this. We also have an 8-channel XVR as well as a 16-channel XVR, but today I just wanted to show you the 4-channel XVR. So, again, this was the SPYP-XVR4. Reach out to your sales rep and or your distributor for availability and pricing. And as always, I'm Adam. I'm happy to be your host for today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us directly. Our phone number here is 386-492-8584. That is our direct line for our tech support. Give us a call. If you have any questions about designing a system or if you have any questions about the product itself, feel free to reach out to us. And again, reach out to your sales rep or your distributor for availability and pricing. As always, I'm Adam. Good talking to you. We'll see you next time.